Hey guys, welcome back to Raise the Titans Plan Episode 6, Infinity for the Ones Who Live Out Their Immortality. I think that's what I said. I'm tired of sleep. You can do this, okay. Let's keep it going. Chapter 6, Doubts. I woke up with a heavy head and lots of memories from the last night. It wasn't the nicest awakening. What happened? Catherine? I was with her. It was like everything was in a fog. I heard quiet footsteps. A few moments later, I saw Pierce in his home clothes. Are you awake? Here we go. Here we are again. His smile, which usually boded no good, seemed calm to me now somehow, even a bit too serene. What time is it? It's been just a couple of hours. There's a lot of time before dawn. Did you bring me here? Of course. I couldn't just abandon you there. You've had too much fun with the bartender for me to leave you alone. Shoulder muscles feeling my legs getting tangled in a heavy dress. Oh, sorry about that. I thought you'd be mad if I took your dress off before I put you to bed. Yeah, I would. But unfortunately, there's not many clothes to choose from. Feel free to keep wearing that one, or you can take some of mine. And if you don't like it, we can always get express delivery. They bring anything, even in the middle of the night. Sounds good. The bathroom stood right down the hallway. I took his offer and had a quick contrast shower. And when I got back, there were already bags on the sofa. A onesie. That's cute. Plaid. Ooh. Or home clothes. This is cool and edgy. I just really like this. I think this is so cute. I really like that. It'd be nice to brush my hair, do you? Caramel. Ooh, very pretty. Fiery red. Ooh, or chestnut. Also not bad. Okay. Huh. This hair is kind of popping. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it would have gone better with the other outfit. And this one goes better with this outfit. Oh, man. Oh, why can't I buy them both? This sucks. Yeah, this one goes better with this outfit, but which one do I want to keep in the long haul? Like, what am I going to use, over and over again? Think about my outfits that I already have. I need to keep that in mind. Oh, no. I'll be here all day. Here all day. I kind of like the shape of this one more. But I like the tones of this one more. I don't know. But then we don't have a lot of hairs like this, to be fair. Yeah, you know what? Let's just broaden our horizons. It's fine. Nice choice. He appeared by the door, smiling contentedly. I hope you'll be comfortable in it. Same. I approached the panoramic window. The city view was fantastic. My head started spinning because of the unusual height. You and Hodge left so quickly tonight. Have you sorted your business? I couldn't help but think of last night and the things Pierce told me about his activities. Pierce, why did you want my mango? Trust me, no one's gonna hurt your pet. Well, how can I trust you if you were just talking about taking it by force though? Mango, right? Then why? I sent Sky for the Chimera to make him safe from the old gods. You have my number. Why wouldn't you just tell me that you needed it? See, why you gotta be shady about it? That's my problem. And you sent Sky? I don't know him 2 ways from Sunday. Last time I was around him, he was really nasty. What do you mean? The Chimera is a rare creature, pretty dangerous. And besides being able to smell out deities, she has special blood. So, I don't think they're able to harm the critter. At least for now. They better not. As long as the chimeras that Hades is just completely safe. I'm confused. But isn't that where the old gods are congregating? So why is she safe there? Did someone get hurt? What do you mean? You and Hodge went somewhere, and you were gone for a while. Do you really think that poorly of me? Dude, I don't know you from Sunway. I don't even know what to think anymore, and you keep evading the question. Fine. Yes, someone got hurt, but more morally than physically. Well deserved, I may add. Are you fine with that answer? Not sure, but it'll do. Pierce, why'd you take me with you? As I'm looking at it, I'm liking the hair more and more. As I said before, I wanted to show you our inner workings, but it was too much to take you to a business meeting, and then you found something to do anyway. So you just wanted to show me to the club? The club, the people, my business partner. I wanted you to understand we're not humans' enemies. But someone gets hurt anyway. It can't be avoided. Your curiosity flatters me. Besides, I was impressed by your confidence, the way you were fighting for your interests when I came to you. It's worth a lot. I see potential in you. The question is, do you see this potential in yourself? What do you mean? Forget it. It's nothing important now. I returned to the sofa and settled in comfortably, trying to catch Pierce's eyes. He kept averting them, probably hoping I wouldn't notice his doubts. You're evading my eyes. Why? He smirked but in a rather sad way, as if he couldn't stand to think about something. Pierce. Pierce turned to the panoramic windows, looking at the view of the New York. He was standing with his back to me and his hands in the pockets, obviously thinking tense. Silence turned to be torture for me. I got up and approached him slowly. Pierce, what's going on? I put my hand on his shoulder and felt how tense his muscles were, but he remained silent, pretending he didn't notice. Pierce, goddamn you! He turned around sharply, grabbed my wrist, and pressed it hard against his chest. Our gazes met and my breath quickened. He bit his lower lip. I'm worried about you. He said every word with an effort. It's hard for me to acknowledge this, but I won't hide it. He released his grip and ran his fingers along my wrist. That's why I cater to you so much, Melody. That's why I'm trying to open your eyes to the truth and let you make your own call. His hand went up to my elbow. He squeezed it gently and I felt shivers across my skin. Back at Hodge's club, when I returned to you, you were sitting at the bar, being so vulnerable. I had to take you away from there, and I did. In the car, you put your head on my shoulder. I didn't think for a moment of pulling away and letting you go. Pierce pulled me closer by my waist, and the distance between us diminished. Who's standing in front of me now? I don't recognize this Pierce, but his words sound so intoxicating. I don't even know where this came from. Like, what the hell is happening? And I don't trust him. Why does this music sound like this? It's not enticing me to trust him either. Like, the whole atmosphere just feels weird, though. It feels super weird. Should we just see what happens? You know what? We taking diamond scenes with everybody else. I took a step towards Pierce, touching his chin with the tip of my nose. My hands lowered to his chest, sliding down. As I felt the hem of his t-shirt, I let myself be a little naughty and got my hands under it. My palms relaxed immediately, feeling his firm abs. He was holding himself back for as long as I needed to get used to his body. I got on my tiptoes, reached for his ear, and whispered tenderly, "So don't let me go." There was no need to say it twice. Pierce caught me by my neck and pulled me in. His rough grip was nothing compared to his sweet kiss. I tasted tobacco mixed with refreshing mint. Blah. Disgusting. His hand was holding me by my waist firmly. He was pressing me against himself so tightly that I could feel the warmth of his skin with every inch of my body. We stepped back slowly, and I hit the sofa's armrest. Pierce made me sit on it. He stripped, and I couldn't help but stare at his body hungrily. Pierce sat on the sofa and lowered me on himself. What are you doing? Obey. He moved my hair aside and touched my neck with his lips. Then he traced my skin from neck to shoulder with the tip of his tongue. The several movements and my clothes were gone. His hands held my chest, squeezing it until there was soft pain. Pierce's fingers flickered across my nipples and I wasn't able to contain myself anymore. Way too sweet. I agree. Pierce lifted us from the sofa quickly, turned me so I was facing him, and held my waist firmly. He picked me up and wrapped my legs around his waist instinctively. Pierce? Is something wrong? He raised his eyebrow and the usual smirk appeared on his face. He squeezed my buttocks, making me flinch, but I didn't want him to stop. Should I stop? Go on? I felt the cold edge of the wall. Pierce pressed me against my back. I turned to the left and saw the city view. But Pierce touched my chin and made me look back at him. I'm sure I'm much more attractive. I reached towards him and sealed his mouth with a kiss. Pierce let me down a bit, and I felt him enter me slowly. I bit his tongue, but he didn't move a muscle. He clearly liked these sorts of games. He entered to the end, and I gasped. Pierce. My nose sunk into his shoulders, leaving little bruises. Suddenly, her clothes are gone. Weird. Say it again. But I didn't obey. I pressed myself against him, rocking my hips to his slow pushes. I'll stop. Pierce kept his word and stopped, holding me by my hips. Speak. My inside shivered with pleasure. I didn't want to yield to him, but eventually I gave in. I want you. Now his thrusts were fast and sharp. His lips were exploring my chest. I heard his proud primal growl as I was whispering his name. I can't tell you how many romance books that I read, and they always use this word like primal. It's just overused. I can't. I'm sorry. There was so much power, fire, and passion in him that I simply felt like I was tearing apart. Pierce was holding me with one while his other was going lower. Sorry. He touched the bows, making me give up under his vigor. I lowered my head, hiding my face in his neck. Just a little bit more. I can feel you clench around me. His rude and fast thrusts were driving me mad, and his fingers were taking me to the edge, balancing on it skillfully. I kept moaning as I sank my fingers on his back. I couldn't think of anything else. I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. There was this pleasant emptiness mixed with feelings. Don't hold yourself back. I know you want to. Rudeness mixed with speed. He pressed me against himself. It felt like there wasn't a single inch of space between us. His sharp teeth sank into my shoulder, making me moan. The contrast of pain and pleasure reached a peak. The world clenched to the size of a tiny dot, erupting in a bright orgasm. His lips touched the bitten spot and left a tender kiss on it. Several more thrusts and Pierce stopped. I like visits like this more. You know, I've been visiting you a lot lately. This is how your every visit ends. I don't mind. My legs felt unsteady. My body was still processing the tension. Pierce helped me, carried me to the sofa, put me down gently, and laid down next to me. For a while, we were just laying there, catching our breath. He was playing with my hair and telling me stories while I was recovering. It'll stay between us. Of course. But if you ever want to do it again, I don't think that's a good idea. I turned to the other side and sat upright. Think I could use a shower? Go. I'll clean myself up as well. We have things to do today. I didn't listen to him walking to the shower again. I returned fully clothed and ready to go and looked at Pierce. He stepped to the window and looked into the distance. I'll take you to another event. But why? You've already taken me to the club, and I didn't find out anything but the ridiculous fact that you are all scary and powerful. Oh, don't worry. This one is going to be a lot more fun. The shift in his tone scared me. I wasn't sure I'd ever seen him like this. From strangely calm, he suddenly became frighteningly invigorated, and as if he had crafted a certain plan. What do you have in mind? You'll see. Alright, so you let me sleep for a couple of hours, and kept going on about how precious a human life was all the way here. For us to end up at a car race? Looked around. There was a whole crowd, but no one was paying attention to us. Much better. It's a race organized by Hades. What do you mean? It was planned long before you got reborn, and refusing to host it will hit the reputation of our dear deity hard. So, instead of helping us, Hades is having fun? Um, what? You said she organized it a long time ago. She gotta keep her business going. I don't understand. I wouldn't say that she doesn't care. I don't know what to make of it. But saying that makes sense also seems weird. I don't know. If she doesn't get reborn like we do, there's no point for her to lose her authority for these 2 weeks. That's an interesting point. Yes, a bit selfish, but she almost always has a hidden agenda, so I'm not surprised at all. Depends on how you view it. Personally, I find it rather funny. We kept walking through the crowd and noticed familiar figures. Is that Hades? And Zeus? He looked completely different now. Expensive suit, tidy look. There was no way to tell that just a day ago he was rotting underground as a decrepit old man. I don't understand. I'm sure Hades filled him in. It was difficult for us to lock him up, but it rejoined the show that came afterwards. Well, what are you talking about? I shivered when I realized the meaning of his words. How could you have done that? You doomed him to suffering for many long years. So what? He was dooming his loved ones to suffering by simply existing. Hey. He only tasted the pain he was inflicted on others. Nothing more nor less. You hung him by chains. Didn't I warn you we're not the good guys? I told you time and again our methods are not merciful or understanding. How could you? Wasn't there another way? Could it be your naivety and almost human-like thinking make you special? You know the side you want to be on, but you don't like our methods. Do you really think everything can be sorted out with a simple conversation? That could be a start. I looked to the side, hoping my emotions would remain unnoticed. This conversation, this whole situation, were unsettling me more and more. Did you come to visit him? He just told me someone would come see him, but he doesn't know who that was. That's strange. If it wasn't Pierce, then who? We almost reached Hades and Zeus. The crowd was thickening around the car as the race was about to start. One of them seemed way too familiar to me. Adrian? Is he participating in the race? Turned around to get another look, but the people surrounded the starting point. I didn't have time to rush through the crowd. The moment I turned back, Zeus rushed at Pierce, grabbing his hand. You. Why are you dressed like that? What the hell? Oh no. Oh, no. It's all you. I heard a loud growl of thunder. Hades caught her brother by his shoulder immediately. Not here. There are people around us. Why would I care about them? Of course, because you never do. He was clearly filled with anger. Confused, I turned from Hades to Pierce. The latter was smiling strangely as if the situation was benefiting him. Why don't you step aside? Don't mix normal humans into this. Zeus glanced at me furiously. Seemed like if it was my hand on his shoulder, he'd throw me aside without thinking twice. Think about it. She's right, let's step aside. Zeus agreed reluctantly. He practically dragged Pierce behind the nearest building. I turned to Hades, bewildered, but she just nodded after them. If you want to find out something new, you better follow them. Alright. I nodded back and followed them. It took me a minute to find them, but soon I heard a heated conversation. How did you survive? It's been so many years. How did you... Zeus was holding Pierce by his collar, but he was just smiling. You wanted to leave your own child to die, but he survived. Funny, isn't it? Zeus let go of Pierce, exhaling sharply. Everything around got darker somehow. Hey, old man, chill. You don't want to ruin your sister's little event, now do you? She tried so hard. His quiet laughter echoed around, and died down immediately, disappearing in the engine's roar. I don't give a damn about the event. It doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't. When the gods are reborn again, she'll have nothing to do again. But at least it's a fun time for her for now. But how did you survive? How did you think Adrian survived? He's a half-blood. His own magic was supposed to tear him apart. Half-blood bodies are so brittle they can't handle their own power. And still, he's here. Zeus drew back in realization. There was terror in his eyes. Who are you? You're not my son. Oh, you finally guessed. I may look like him. But... I accidentally brushed against a nearby beam. A quiet screech attracted their attention. Who's here? Looks like someone found out more than she wanted to. Hoping they wouldn't notice me, I ran back to Hades. I kept looking back, hoping they didn't see me. Whoa, judging from your face, you found out something scary. Where is she? He appeared like a bolt from the blue. What are you talking about? Did you eavesdrop on our conversation? She's been here this whole time. Calm down. Pierce gave me a cunning look but remained silent. Some person waved to Hades and she went to him. Magnificent as always. She's always been good at combining her interest in saving you all. I thought back to the memories Pierce showed me. It made me feel uneasy. Let's talk. Looked at me and pointed to the side, the same place he just went to with Pierce. Pierce just nodded indifferently, watching the race. There were exclamations to countdown begin. So listen to me. The fact that you've got involved with Pierce only gives me more reason to doubt you. I went down to the dungeon. My friends got hurt all for getting you out of there. And you dare say anything about doubts? For a moment, Zeus got taken aback. How could I even trust you? I don't know you. Trust me, you will. Each of the gods has some kind of artifact. I can go humanity sometimes, but hell no. I hate Zeus. I hate Zeus. I always do. I always do. And every action he's made since he's got out of there has only proven why I hate him. He's just as bad. What's that guy's name? Odin? Terrible. Terrible people. Always. Always. Horrible. Each of the gods has some kind of artifact in which a part of their power is locked. So, yes, you have one as well. So why are you telling me this? You have doubts in me after all. I must test you. Your loyalty. Anyway, even if you're on the wrong side, it won't be interesting if you're helpless. That's encouraging. He looked around. It seemed he was trying to figure out if anyone was eavesdropping on us. Think about it. Was there anything that attracted your attention, but you could brush it off as unimportant? No offense, but the events of the last days attract my attention every damn time. I don't know what exactly you want from me. Think. Something not logical in the other's conduct. Maybe you were sent somewhere that didn't have much sense. I thought about it. I guess my most illogical trip was the trip to the museum? That statue. What's the point of the tour if we know it all already? At least they could show us something new. When I thought about it, my eyes landed on a huge statue. Weird how I've never noticed it before. Let's move to this exhibit. She was brought from... Why does she seem so familiar to me? If I saw her somewhere. Admiring yourself, huh? Was there anything unusual about it? Let me think. The tiara in her head, her forehead. There was something strange about it. Then you know what to do. But how will I... There was exclamations from the race again. People were congratulating the winner. I think we should go back. But we haven't finished conversation. Get your artifact and find me. Then we can talk. What, you can steal my power? No way! He walked back without bothering to listen to my reply. I had no option but to follow him. Adrian was standing next to Hades. So glad he's fine. Not even a scratch on him. So what's the meaning of this? We were supposed to win. Why did you hit the brakes at the last moment? Adrian snorted in anger. I don't give a damn about races right now. Everyone knows I would have won. But we clearly have more important matters at hand now. Adrian. He turned around, glancing at me, but he didn't say a word. Screw the race. What's the point if I can't help anyone? We're just wasting time. He gave his mother a disappointed look and headed to the exit. Adrian, wait. He was walking farther and there were more and more people around. It seemed like it was impossible to catch up to him. I was pushing people aside until I hit someone's broad back. Look, where? Melody? Sorry, I was trying to catch up to you. I was calling, but it's too noisy here. I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Don't be. I pressed myself against him, putting my head on his chest. Adrian was surprised at the gesture. Are you okay? He hugged me back, lowering his chin on my head. His heart started beating faster. You lost the race. The race wasn't important to me. Brian needed to taste of victory much more than I did. I care more about you. Brian? Is it Brian from On Thin Ice? Does he race? Let me know. His name was Brian, right? Brian? Forget it. They mentioned that for a reason. How did you even agree to it? I lost the bet to Mother. I didn't want to come at all, but I promised. And I keep my promises. I know. took several deep breaths, trying to avoid upcoming panic. Adrian seemed to feel something was wrong and pressed me against himself tighter. Hey, don't worry. It's alright. I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. You got hurt because of me. Don't start that again. Don't you dare blame yourself for what happened, okay? I'm fine. You pulled me away from the crowd. People kept having fun, not paying any attention to us. After all, the winner was the other guy. Look at me. Hey. He raised my chin gently and wiped my tears away. I get it. It's difficult. It all came at you all at once, and you can't figure anything out. But we got this. Yes. It's not like we have much choice anyway. Let me take you home. It's not the best time for a walk. I remembered the conversation with Zeus. I couldn't take Adrian's suggestions. I need to do one more errand. Not that I really want to. Alright. Well, we'll meet up when you're done. Okay? I nodded and hugged him for the last time, held me back even more tightly than usual. Don't forget. If anything happens, just give me a call. I'll be right there, alright? I let him go and smiled. There was a confidence in his words and it gave me hope. He kissed my forehead and we went our separate ways. Adrian headed home and I walked back to Hades. I stepped aside, trying to get my thoughts together. If what Zeus said was true, I should come back to the museum as quickly as I can and take it. Whatever it is. I looked around. Chris was talking to Hades. If I didn't know they were enemies, I'd never think about it. Zeus was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly I got a message on my phone. I'll wait for you and the others. And there's an address here. I guess I should hurry up before the museum opens. Not thinking twice, I blended into the crowd and headed to the exit. So I'm just gonna break into the museum and still messed up. Alright, so I need to get in here and take my tiara to the museum at night. A piece of cake. Hephaestus can take the break-in charges off me, right? I examined the building from different sides and trying to attract anyone's attention. There was no one around. It's damn suspicious. No one here, just me standing by the entrance in the middle of the night. What can go wrong? I heard voices and laughter from the other end of the street. Someone was approaching me. Oh, look at this cutie. No, not now. If they notice me, I'm done for. I need to figure it out right now. What do I do? Use magic or sneak in? It seems like humanity is more of like a forceful, powerful, which is interesting because I used to go the magic route. I'm pretty good with humanity so far, as long as I can choose some choices in divinity, like shooting Zeus down like that. That was nice. I thought back to my previous visits to the museum and went around the building. A staff entrance was supposed to be right here. Guards use it a lot. I approached the door and pulled it. Of course it was closed. What was I counting on? That it opened up magically? I tried to jerk the handle again. To my surprise, it gave in. I heard the metal screech. Oops. I hope no one will be upset about the broken lock and the dents from my fingers at the handle. My strength was beginning to scare me. You don't think they'll have your fingerprints? Oh, man. I guess she's just counting on Hephaestus getting her on. I don't know. The lights were off. There was some backlighting for some of the exhibits, though. I went to the big open hall and started sneaking toward the section I needed. Feels like there's no one else here. Where are the guards? My steps echoed through the building. How come the alarm hasn't gone off? It can't be this simple. Something is definitely off. I reached a long path forward and felt someone's firm look on myself. My skin crawled. I sure am a goddess, but I'm allowed to be afraid of the dark, right? I heard footsteps in front of me, and then two red eyes appeared from the darkness. Hope it's not a monster. I won't survive another battle. I stopped and waited for the stranger to show themselves. The moon came out of the clouds and shone in the hall through the glass in the roof. Were you wondering about the guards? Yeah, it definitely was. Who are you? You are gorgeous. Well, here I am. What are you guarding? Do we really have to fight? Maybe we can just go our separate ways. I backed away trying to calculate my further actions. I doubted my stuttering speech impressed the stranger that much. You're just as they described. She stopped a dozen feet away from me, looking at me defiantly. Call me Lou. One of the new gods? Couldn't Pierce just talk to me himself tonight? So why are you here? I'm here to test you. Are you worthy of your name? So we'll fight, or did I misunderstand you? Ooh, feisty. Come closer. Your face must be beautiful in the moonlight. I don't like it. It's all very suspicious. She saw my confusion and glanced up. I followed her gaze and saw a metallic gleam. 2 swords flew from the second floor, piercing the floor with a heavy swish right in front of me. We're so eager to fight. Go ahead. Attack me. I want to see you in action. Are all the new gods this unusual? Of course. It's right there in the name. We're trying to get involved in normal life. But with that, bring something new in this world. Her manners are way too strange. If she wanted to explain something to me this much, why couldn't we just talk? I decided to play along and headed towards her. So, what new things did you bring into this world? Freedom. Her words echoed in my head like an electrical charge. You thought about it, didn't you? All gods are new. What's the difference? We stopped each several feet from each other. My hands were on the handle and froze. She stood next to me. Each side conceals the truth, strives for their own goals. Do you think I believe your words? So open your eyes. People believed in gods, worshipped them, and you decided for them who lives and who dies. You needed more and more. You became greedy and started forgetting about humans. Her voice was getting angrier, but the subject was raising some very painful memories in her. I agree with that from what I know about them, but does that mean I'm on the new god side? Because I don't like them so far. And I don't want to say anything that suggests I'm leaning towards them when I don't even know them. I don't know anybody on that side, but as far as I know, all my friends are fighting and working with the old gods. And so if I do go the other way, does it mean I'm going against my friends? Or is this more like a heaven secret thing? Like, even though I was on Mel Bond's side, it didn't mean I was against my friends. You know? Maybe I can bring my friends over to my side. But then I would be asking Adrian to go against his mother. And he doesn't seem impressed with her all that much. But I get the feeling that, you know, that there's love somewhere there. Because Hades is not just cold. She does have emotions. So I'm going to say I think you're wrong for now, even though I'm not sure about that. People need anchorage. We gave them the course to go and supported them along the way. So how did you know you were doing everything the right way? We're the gods, and humans always need someone to believe in. Someone they'd put their responsibility for their deeds on. Your views are so obsolete. Just clicked her tongue, wincing. Whatever. You have time to witness everything with your own eyes. I don't know how I feel about that because I don't like what I was just saying. I might have to replay this whole thing again. Because I don't know how I feel. Her hand covered mine so tender and light. Enough of the chit-chat, your time to entertain me. She grabbed a second blade swiftly and raised it towards me. Her mood swings so quickly. I should really be cautious. Yeah, all the new guys kind of seem like they're psycho. Yeah, you know, there's that. I jerked the weapon to myself and barely put it under hers in time, defending myself. You're quick. Come on, attack me. I almost dropped the weapon and took a step back. You're insane. Anger mixed with irritation came over me. The heat engulfed my whole body. A swing. I raised my weapon, but Lou blocked the blow immediately. It was incredibly fast. Damn. The swords met again and again. Lou was moving around me with incredible speed, evading the attacks masterfully. I felt something new, passion in the heat of battle. I'm clearly not an opponent to her. How come she hasn't taken me down yet? A dash and Lou's sword aimed at my heart. I will make it in time. Hers crossed and Lou's face ended up several inches away from mine. There you go. Yes. She knocked the blade from my hand. I lost my balance and started falling. So clumsy. I saw the hard floor. I felt Lou's soft hands. She grabbed my waist, not letting me fall. The blade rested against my neck and she smiled at me. She pressed me against herself, forgetting everything, and reached to kiss me? Fuck. What is going on? What is going on? She's psychotic. Ignoring the sword by my neck, I reached towards her. She licked her lips contently, pulling me in for a passionate kiss. Lou held me with one hand, raising me up a bit. You're even sweeter than I imagined you'd be. Her words sent shivers across my skin. I blushed furiously. Lou helped me up. Someone clapped right next to us. Hope I'm not interrupting, girls. Eros? Or are you already that excited because of my presence? You're always coming at a bad time. He approached us, smiling broadly. His face seemed vaguely familiar to me. Let's get it over with. I'm getting bored. He came up to me and offered me his hand. You're Antaros' brother? You're one of us? Of course. At least, I used to be. But what are you doing here? His presence confused me utterly. We're here to test you and send a message to my brother. I stared at Lou with displeasure, and she stuck out her tongue at me. What was all that for? Lou took great interest in you. She just couldn't wait to meet you. And that's it? Well, and what you were talking about in the beginning is also true. Apart from all of that, as the gods bring their memory and powers back, they start influencing the world more and more. Haven't you noticed how the weather got worse? Thunderbolts are back in the sky. Zeus. And I'm almost the same way I used to be. The god of passion. Great. And do you want me already? He looked at me with a smirk, expecting me to put him in his place. Lou made a face as if she was sick. I almost giggled. Alright, she's funny after all. I think we'll stop at the message. What do you want me to tell him? Then tell my brother to think whose side he's on. There's not that much time. I'll wait for him at our spot. Since that's it, why don't you show us why you come? She approached me and looked around with curiosity. I've almost forgotten. But where is it? Thought you left the piece I needed. I need my tiara. Lou started shuffling through her pockets, and Eros covered his face with his hand. This thingy? I thought it was just a knick-knack, but since you need it, catch. She the tiara up. I caught it at the last moment. She's just insufferable. Bye, Melody. We've got to go. Don't be lonesome on the way. Promise we'll see each other soon. While I was looking at my tiara, I disappeared just as quickly as they showed up. So, how do I use it? The alarm blared from all sides. The building seemed to wake up from its slumber. Crap. I need to run. I slipped away quietly and headed to the meeting with Zeus. So, Zeus settled here? Interesting. Let's suppose so. I got inside and didn't find my friends and took to waiting. Where are they? They were supposed to get here before me, right? My phone vibrated with a text from Hades. Get up to the last floor. That simple? Okay. I was all alone by the elevator. I didn't think I'd ever ride an elevator alone in such a big building. To the last floor, okay. Pressed the button and the elevator moved. The floor counter changed digits one by one. Elevators must be high speed here. Oh, why did the numbers start over? After the 100th floor, the counter blinked and went blank. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. The fuck? Y'all see that crap? I guess. I heard a ruckus and the elevator shook. The lights died as well. I felt panic. I don't know if we should call for help. Because if they're around somewhere, it might make me look weak. Maybe I should just wait. I doubt something would go horribly wrong this close to them. It's not my first stress for today. I think it's just a tiny malfunction. Just to confirm my words, the elevator shook again. The lights went back on. The doors opened with a quiet ding. Whoa. Magic even here. There were all the gods I knew, and I was the last one. As I headed to the others, I couldn't help but ask, where are we? At the top of Olympus, where we're supposed to be. Come closer. It seemed as if my friends couldn't move. They were just watching silently, me and Zeus approach the cliff. What do we do next? How do we break free of the curse? He kept speaking without listening to me. You've come a long path worthy of a human. But are you worthy to be one of us? There's too much doubt in you. You turned to me and pushed me off the cliff. Okay, so that happened. You know what? I'm too tired. I'm gonna go eat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked me, go ahead and like and subscribe. I can't remember what they have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Bye.